Au nom du Père et du Fils et du Saint-Esprit. Hello everyone. This week, what happened? In the same feeling, sorry, not the same thing, I didn't sleep last night, I'm fucking cooked. In the same spirit of the last one, we're continuing on my internship. Starting to actually get... Think, motherfucker. I'm starting to actually get some love back for coding and computer science. I actually fell in the trap of everyone saying, like, coding is dead, blah, 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 because ChatGPT is here, etc., etc., and I think it's more nuanced than that. It's not simply just like software engineers can be replaced overnight by this kind of AI. I admit I fell into it. I kind of believed it. But I think I didn't really realize how difficult software engineering truly was. And so I think that's kind of what led me to trying to find other options. Like trying to build a business. But I'm not saying I don't want a business. I obviously want a business. But I realized that I think software engineering has a future, one that I didn't really give it credit for. So, yeah, this week I've been really turning over that thought, and really trying to chew on it and think what am I thinking. So business is still really interesting, but maybe I can combine those two aspects, of software engineering and business. I don't really want to participate in the tech industry because it seems so chaotic and volatile, right? But anyway, what did I do this week? This week, basically we're working on an open source device. It's called OpenBCI. BCI stands for Brain Computer Interface, and we use this to record EEG data of eye movements, right? You have electrodes on your face, you move your eyes, you blink, etc., and you can record electrical signals. The goal is to actually take as input that signal and detect different types of events, whether they be blinks, eye saccades, slow blinks, fast blinks, whatever, you understand. And the problem was that this OpenBCI device only connects and transmits via Bluetooth to the laptop once the GUI is enabled. Well, so what I'm saying is there's a whole bunch of locks that prevent it from sending data in a way that we would find most fitting. We're trying to put it into like a small box for fighter pilots, for scuba divers, and for astronauts. So we can't really haul around a computer, and also Bluetooth connection isn't reliable. So we want to actually connect it physically to a microprocessor, whether it be Arduino, ST, Raspberry Pi, whatever. We're kind of agnostic on that right now. But yeah, so this was the problem. And so what I had to do was I had to hack, quotes, the firmware so that I could actually redirect the data, not on Bluetooth, but through one of its unused pins, and actually try to enable the UART protocol on one of its pins. So I had to enable pins to be TX pins and RX pins. Merci. And also I had to disable the GUI lock because it only transmits once you click a button on the GUI on the computer. So that disables the Bluetooth, the need for Bluetooth. That disables the need for a laptop. Now I just need to connect it. Well, I had the weekend came around before I could actually do something proper with that, but basically the fundamentals are there. The data is being redirected to those pins, and the last time I checked, like on an Arduino or whatever, I just serial print whatever I could find on the RX pins of the Arduino, and it was a bunch of bullshit gibberish. Sorry. It was a bunch of bullshit gibberish. So I think it might be something to do with the baud rate or maybe just convert ASCII, whatever, UTF-8, whatever, should be simple enough. But yeah, that's what I did this week. It was pretty tough because I had to swim through documentation and source code and etc. So when I said a hack quote, because it wasn't really a hack, it's just like you have the source code, just modify the source code, launch the bootloader, upload to the board, and boom. Like, it's not really like illegal or some shit, you know. It's the goal of open source, but whatever. So I did that, and yeah, this week my goal is to actually fully get this done, transmitting data to an Arduino, and then also I'd like to build the architecture for real-time event detection, because Arduinos have, like, as I said, 2 kilobytes of RAM, which is fucking like so small. But my thought was to use 2 Arduinos, one that would act as a ring buffer and actually collect data, and once it detects an event, it sends data to another Arduino, which actually takes the time to do the more complex calculations on it. And since, like, most of the time the signal is baseline, that would mean like the second Arduino only handles 20 to 30% of the signal, and the rest of the time the first one does the ring buffer, so we can actually have a continuous signal that we can send to the other one, etc. And that's why in the beginning I said, like, I didn't give software engineering enough credit, because I don't think that this whole setup an AI could have come up with. Not to toot my own horn, but like, if you tell it this is my problem, they're going to say okay, great, and they're obviously going to give you a solution. But I don't know if they would have thought of the 2 kilobyte memory limit, and therefore you have to create one device that's a ring buffer and the other one streams because it's real time, etc. It might get to that point, and maybe it can do that, but I don't know how efficient and reliable it is. So that's what I was thinking. But I don't want to shit on AI. Obviously, it's great, but I think it's more nuanced. Anyways, that's what I wanted to do, and yeah, see you next week.